Hello everyone, so it's my friend Mario. Like, that is my Stanley Cup. This thing kind of sits there and it's like my flat Stanley. The eye contact is extremely important. It's a source of validation. It's one of the reasons why children are more woke, and one of the reasons why I am the way I am is because of the Power Rangers I used to watch. And people that watched X-Men maybe a little bit more emotionally intelligent, but people that were into Power Rangers really were into extrinsic things, right? It was all about Pam and Tommy and watches and things like that, and not really looking at in the eyes, because the eyes are covered up. So that was a big thing. Now, I was also into Spider-Man and Batman and things like that, but Power Rangers was crucial in my growing up. And those 3 years after Power Rangers, I didn't know, the third grade happened, and that Halloween, it was different because our Halloween costume had to go with a book that we were reading in school. So that kind of changed things up. No, that was a project. No, I still could have been like a Power Ranger, but the Goosebumps, I saw the Goosebumps and I wanted to get a mask from that. So, the Goosebumps changed that up. And then, the 5th grade came, and then Pizza Hut had this thing with Star Wars with Pogs. So, although Power Rangers was big, Pogs were also big, and and also with the toys of Claire's accessories, because like the girls used to get toys from there, and I used to play with their toys. So the Magic 8 Ball, the Rubik's Cube, and the Smiley Face, and all that stuff. And I went to Claire's and I checked it out, and still the same artist, the same design. I had this frog keychain, it was beautiful. His green eyes would stare up at me, and that validated me a lot. And that was important. So that was really, really, really important. The wokeness involved in the people that were into other stuff, they just weren't like, I don't know, I just feel like as a person, like, okay, so I had a friend named Essen, but the way he used to play with his toys, he kind of like, it was kind of weird. He like, look, have these 2 toys, I'm like, right? I didn't do that, but I fixate also, but that's what he did. Like, this girl Paula, she was playing with my toys, she's going like that, and I was complaining. My mom was babysitting all of us in kindergarten class. I said I was having a temper tantrum because Paula was not sitting where, and he was not sitting where I wanted them to sit. So 1, 2, 3, 4 people. Then Paula was purposely moving in that direction, so like it was not a perfect square, and I was really getting annoyed. And I'm like, Mom, they're not doing what I want them to do. And Paula was playing one of my toys, and she was going like that. Whee! So that bothered me. But like, how to play with the action figures, I didn't go like Mario, like jump. Like wall kicks will work, like so much fun. Yeah, you're right. If the toys were this fun, there would be no video games. You just can't do that. You can't take away this toy. I need it. I got I'm designing my own character. I gotta get more of these. Look at that jump. Woohoo! Risk assessment. I'll read some risk. Okay, let's read risk assessment. Thanks, Mario. Thanks for getting in the risk assessment. A little bit of procrastinate, read risk assessment, and then we're going to read something else, okay? I took my earrings out so I can logically think and I can logically use my brain to do very intelligent things. And it's essentially, it's like, it's a limiter for the brain. The earrings, it gets you really, really happy, and validated. Not happy, but validated. But it also makes you impatient. Impatient in the sense that, if you're walking, like, and it's like, I don't know, like 0.4 miles, 0.5 miles, like walking after, like, you know, the first 0.1 mile, you just want to be there already. Okay, you're like, I just cannot, I don't have the time, I cannot, I gotta be there already. So if you look at wheels and cars and things like that, the first thing earrings make you think of is cars, because of the round studs. They make you think of cars. They get you to where you want to go, because if you think about it, you know, earrings. If you think about earrings, a lot of people think, when especially at 6 years old, that's all I need, and then I'll have everything I want. Like, that is the key. That is what I want. But so that's how you know, God set things up. He gave clues to bees and beehives. If you look at a bee's hive, and if you look at the black marks around the bee knows how to make a honeycomb based on that. If you ever asked, how does a bee know how to do that? You look at that. How do I know that? I saw it on an advertisement over a dentist office. They had a bee and a beehive cartoon, and it just was so apparent. I've never noticed that before. All right. Okay. So, all right. They talk about the earring being a source of impatience. You just kind of just want to be there already. That's why girls are the way they are, because you know. All right. Let's go over this. Credit risk can be used to be part of all of an institution's credit risk exposure to banks, hedge funds, and other institutional investors. There are specific examples of broader beneficial trend in financial markets summed up by Alan Greenspan, chairman of the U.S. Federal Reserve Board. The development of our own paradigms for containing risk has emphasized dispersion of risk for those willing and presumably able to bear it. If risk is properly dispersed, shocks of the overall economic system will be better absorbed and less likely to create cascading failures that could threaten financial stability. Alright, on the other hand, the last 10 years has been some extraordinary embarrassing failures of risk management and broadest definitions. Range from the near failure of the giant hedge fund long-term associated with millennial boom and equity of technology markets, from Enron, WorldCom, global crossing and Quest in the United States, to Palm a lot in Europe. Unfortunately, risk management has not consistently been able to prevent market disruptions, prevent business accounting scandals resulting from breakdowns of corporate governance. In the case of the former problem, those are some serious concerns, and derivative markets make it easier to take on large amounts of risk in the herd behavior of risk managers after the crisis gets underway. Selling risky asset classes when risk measures reach a certain level actually increases market volatility. Sophisticated financial engineering supplied by the banking, securities, and insurance industries also played a role in covering up the true economic condition of employee-run companies during the equity markets. Millennial boom and bust. Alongside rather simple accounting mistakes and ruses, this type of financial engineering was one of the reasons some of these companies violently imploded after years of false success rather than simply fading away and being taken over at an earlier point. Alright. I'm gonna end this video on that. It's a 10-minute video. I have to read the bar exam stuff. I have another 40 pages to read. I'm not gonna be filming myself read until I bleach my hair platinum blonde, and that's because I have to read a certain amount. Also, there's another swear that I'm not gonna get on YouTube with my earrings until I'm fully platinum blonde. Things like that. I just want to let you guys know that wearing earrings affects the cerebellum, and it affects sports play. So if you're playing sports, don't wear earrings. If you want to blood dope in the sense of like doing something that's going to make you a better athlete, maybe practicing basketball with earrings and then taking it off to play, that might help you. I use that example. Like when I studied for the DAT, I studied with the DAT Achiever. That meant that if you got 15 on that test, you got 18 on the real test. If you got 17 on that test, you got 20 on the real test. Whatever you did, you get higher. So the DAT Achiever is like a really good program to do that. So if you guys want to use an earring to do that, it'll make you a lot smoother and happy. It also is white privilege, the earring, guys. Once you notice that, I notice my nose a lot more with my earring off. As soon as I put it on, I'm like, there's other aspects of me that I have to focus on. Also, if you use an earring, and depends on how many points of validation you got on, you might lose something, right? Like, you have two hands, and that's God's equation, right? I speak to God, and actually, God has like a few programs for people. Like, when Eminem says, "Hey kids, blah 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 blah," and how Adam Sandler this, "Hey yoo-hoo," right? That is a program. When I spoke to God, God said, He's like, "I got work to do," right? He's constantly in and out, like helping other people do this, do that, do this, do that, and God essentially wants to make the earth more valuable, right? So, at the organism level, God's collecting interest, right? From the earthworms to everything. That's how God thinks, all right? If you guys have questions on more questions, and Jesus was, Jesus and all these people are these disciples in the Torah and the Bible and the record from the Torah. They're real. They're just like me and you. God's God, and those are people, and that's how it works, guys. So pray to God, and and if you want to get smarter, take your earrings off and put them on. Your handwriting will get neater, and you'll have easier time balancing and driving as well. Right? Logically think and clean things up and organize things and put things in rows and understand things on a big process. I cannot do financial education or like financial thinking with my earrings on. I cannot. I just can't. But there's certain things that I do well on it. I'm a good rapper on it. So there's that. All right. But I'm ending this video right now. Thank you. Bye.